Graph each system of inequalities. So A says 2x minus y is less than or equal to 4. And the other equation is 3x plus 2y equal or is greater than or equal to negative 6. So I'm just going to write these in slope-intercept form, and I just want to talk about the boundaries of these. Now again, this says equal to, so that means the line is going to be a solid line for these. So y equals 2x minus 4 is solving this for y. Just move the y to the right and the 4 to the left. And this is what I get. And for the other one, we get y equals 3/2 x negative minus 3. Okay, now I'm just going to graph these. So the first thing I'm going to do is plot the negative 4, the 0, negative 4 there. And from there, I'm going to go up 2 into the right one, and then up 2 into the right one, and just keep doing that. And then I'm just going to go downward as well, and then draw my line. All right, now I'm going to, actually for the other line, I'm going to make it red. So I'm going to label it in red. So now I'm going to start at 0, negative 3. And then from there, I'm going to go down 3 and to the right 2. And then I'm just keep doing that. Now I'm going to go in the other direction and then draw my line. Okay, so there it is. And remember, these are going to be solid lines because it says equal to there. And remember the last video we had this dotted line because it just said less than. And if it just says greater than, it's just the same thing. It'd just be a dotted line. But since these are equal to, it's going to be solid. So anyways, so we should know what this point here is. So we're just going to find it by substitution. So I'm going to take this equation here, y equals negative 3/2 x minus 3, and plug it in for y in the other equation. So that'll be negative 3 over 2x minus 3 equals 2x minus 4. So here I'm just going to move my 3/2 x over. So that's going to be 4/2, so that's going to be a positive 7/2 x. Then on the left I'm going to add a 4 to take the 4 over here. And that's going to be a 1. So then I'm going to divide by 7/2, and x is going to equal 2/7 because I have to flip that and multiply. So then I just plug that in and get my y value. So y equals 2 over 7 minus 4. So that's really 4/7 minus 4. And that's really 4 over 1. And that's really 28/7. So it's going to equal negative 24/7. So my ordered pair here then is going to be 2/7 comma negative 24/7. Now what I'm going to do now is I have to find out where these inequalities hold true. So I just pick a point of interest. So when I look here, I always try 0, 0 if it's open. Now if it's on one of the boundaries, I can't use it. But here it's easy because then we can see how that works. That's a 0 there and a 0 there. So it does work for the first one. So that means I'm going to have to be on the left side of the blue line. And then when I plug it in the bottom one here, 0 is greater than 6. So that's also true. So that means it's true for both of them. Then that means it's going to be right here in this region here, because it's going to be to the right of the red one because it's true, and it's going to be the left of the blue one because it holds true. So therefore it's going to be in that region there. So we get, now for the next one here, number B, we're going to look at x squared plus y squared equals 25. And these are both also going to be solid lines because they're both equal to as well. So this x squared plus y squared equals 25 is really a circle of radius 5, centered at 0, 0. So there it is. And for the other one, this is really y equals x squared minus 5, which this is a parabola that's shifted down 5. So we get this for the purple graph. So that's my parabola. So now this breaks our graph down into 5 regions, it looks like here. So this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, because this 2 goes all the way around to the other side as well. So that's what we're looking at. So we're going to pick a value here. We're just going to pick 0, 0 since it's not on any of the boundaries. And that'll give us a nice indicator of where we might be right away. So when I plug in 0, 0 for the first inequality here, I get 0 is less than or equal to 25, which is perfect because that is true. So that means it's going to be inside of the circle. And then when I plug it in the second one, I plug in 0, 0 here. That's going to give me 0 is less than or equal to negative 5, which isn't true. So that tells me there that it can't be inside of the parabola. So it's going to have to be outside. So that means it's going to be here and here, because it has to be in the circle but outside the parabola. So there's going to be my regions for the second one there. And we could plug one in if you're interested and see what you end up with. So for instance, if let's say I took 4, 0, and that's going to be 4 squared plus 0 squared less than or equal to 25. And that's going to be 16 less than or equal to 25. And that checks. So then I'm going to try the next one here. So that's going to be 0 for my y, less than or equal to 4 squared minus 5. And that's going to be 0 less than or equal to 16, so it checks. So we can see that it's going to work for all of the ones in that region. And I didn't have to check that. Once I checked 0, 0, I realized it was inside the circle, but not in the inner part of the parabola, so I knew it had to be outside of that. So therefore, that's why we got the region that we got.